Welcome back to another episode of Spicy Tales Podcast with Kim and Stacy.
Hello.
Hello. We're back at it again with the bullshit. We always love that. I'm gonna jump right into my spicy tale because I actually have one, and it's actually pretty funny. So, way back in the day, when some of us used to barmaid, shooter girl it up. I used to work at this. I used to work at this place while I was a strip club, but whatever. And so, like, I'm working, whatever, having a good time, and I think it's like a Friday night, and it's super busy. And like Fridays are always busy because construction guys get off work early.
Oh wow!
And the construction guys love to come on a Friday when they get their paycheck and just blow it on beer. Beer, the machines, girls, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm there, whatever. I don't even think I had started my shift. I think I'm like just chilling, like waiting, whatever. And like this guy comes in and he's like there with his buddies, and I've seen these guys before, like they're regulars, like for Friday nights, whatever. So we're chit-chatting, everything's going good. Like they're telling us about their day. The guy's telling me how he had just had a baby. His baby's like 3-month old, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh my God, like congratulations. He's showing me pictures, blah, 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 whatever. I clock in, I'm doing my thing, whatever. I'm cracking jokes with people, whatever, minding my business, being a child of not God, because I was out here wilding out. And then all of a sudden, I hear yelling, like screaming. And I'm like, oh my God, what's going on, So I'm like walking down to like go towards where the dancers are. And I just see this lady and she is like yelling. She's like, where is he? Where is he? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, where's who? Like, me, I'm like in the background, I'm trying to watch. She's like, and it's like on the Quebec side. She's like, hey, je vais le trouver. She's like, je sais qu'il est ici, tabarnak, je sais. Il est ici, je le sais déjà, il est où? And she sees his friend, she's like, hey, vous allez pas me dire qu'il est pas là, blah, blah, blah. She's like freaking out. And I'm like, oh, that's that man's
Baby
wife.
Moms.
No. That's his wife. Okay.
Right.
And she is pissed. This man is hiding.
So this is the mom
of the guy that was showing me the pictures.
I was going to say though, this guy's already at the strip club and his baby's 3 months old. Chill.
I wish I could remember.
That
his
is
name,
baby money, sir.
Right? Bruh, she fucking, like, then finally, like, she's screaming because at this point she's at the bar and this guy's like scurrying, like, but if he comes out of where he is, she's gonna see him and start running. So he's like kind of like, and I can kind of see him, like, the dancers are like hiding him kind of because he's like, there's like tables.
The dancers are hiding
like, there's
him?
like tables.
Oh, wow.
So like they're standing kind of in front of the table so you can't see behind their legs, and he's like hiding like behind them. That's like trying to get his shit together. And then she locks eyes on him. And then it's over. Stacey, when I tell you this woman, like Usain bolted from one end of the bar to the other. This man ran outside. She's screaming, throwing shit at him, like on the way out. She's throwing fucking beer bottles. Yeah, I'm there dying of laughter. All I hear is the tires screech, and then they both like peel off in the night. Never saw them again.
He never came back?
Never came back.
Well, he learned his lesson.
Never saw him again.
Not the whole club like having his back trying to hide him.
Yeah, they like, first of all, he was hilarious. Like, he was a funny guy. Like, he comes in, he tips well, like always comes on Fridays. Like, yeah, this man came in, she's like, ay, je sais qu'il est ici, tabarnak. I know he's here. She's like, and like, because she was going back and forth from French to English, so she's like, I know he's here, tabarnak. I know it. You guys are hiding him.
How old was she?
Oh man, she wasn't even that old. I don't even think they were, because I think he was probably like in his mid-30s, so she probably was around the same age. She was fucking pissed.
The fact that she knew that he was at the strip club.
That's the part that made it worse.
Oh,
and it wasn't the first time she had been there, but like I think it, like, I had seen her before, but like
trying to find him or just coming
no, like she had just come in with him and stuff like that. So like she knew damn well where he was. Yeah. Like, oh man, I was dying. Like, damn. So fucking funny. Don't get caught up at the strip club, especially when your baby's like a baby. So I have a friend of mine, and he was saying how he's going to, oh my God, I'm gonna butcher the name of this festival, Shambhala, whatever it's called, Shambhala, something, I don't know. No, it's in like the Rocky Mountains. Okay. There's no alcohol. They're all doing fucking whippets. Like, I don't know, fuck. Anyways. And he was like, yeah, like if we get these tickets, me and my boy and their other friend is gonna come. He's like, oh, but if we don't get the tickets, like he probably won't go. And anyways, he's gonna just have a baby. I'm like, What do you mean he's gonna have a baby? He's like, yeah, man, his baby's due in like, I think he said the baby's due in like December, and the festival was supposed to be in March. I was like, you can't go to a fucking across the country to a festival while your baby mom's is stuck with your baby.
Just for FYI, I feel like men shouldn't go on a trip for a good at least 6 months. If they just had a baby.
Yeah, because then you're just wilding out.
Your significant other is very vulnerable, and a lot depends on her.
And also, like, what if they have postpartum? Like, sometimes you need...
Exactly.
You
need as much support as they can get. So.
Unless it's a business trip, because I get it. Like, you got to make your money, whatever. Right. But, like, bruh, come on.
If you're spending baby money and you're not making money... You probably
there's nothing for you. There's nothing for you at Shambhala Blah.
You know, so I went out this weekend, and one of the girls there, she was asking me a question. She was saying, "Do you ever think to yourself like I can do better than your significant other?" And like. This girl's engaged, and she was asking the question because she honestly wanted people to. I feel like she wanted to hear the good and bad of relationships. Okay. Because I feel a lot of women pretend in their relationships, and they're not very honest because they want to protect their relationship, which I respect. But you're also full-blown lying about your relationship. Like, it's one thing to omit things or whatever, but sometimes they're literally saying that their man is the best when their man is the worst. So she just wanted to hear just what... So there was another girl that was engaged at the table with us, and the engaged girl with her fiance there was saying, like, it's fine. Like, if you get a divorce, like, it is what it is. It's fine. Like, everyone gets a divorce. And I didn't like that because I was thinking to myself, that's society now. You get married pretty much to get divorced, or you know at some point along the line you're gonna get divorced, and you're okay with that, which I don't think you... I know she was joking, but I feel like there was truth in the joke. And I did tell her, I straight up told her, yeah, there are times when I'm mad at my boyfriend and the thought crosses my head. Sometimes you even spiral a little bit. The intrusive thoughts get a little crazy, and you're just like, oh, like maybe I can do better. And I honestly believe, as a logical person, I believe that there's like 7 billion people on this earth. You're compatible with several people on this earth. Like, let's not be crazy here.
Yeah, of course.
But I told her there's some people that are one of one, and then there's some people that are one of. So is your partner one of, or is he one of one, or is he the one for you? Because technically, like, there's so many alternate realities that you can go on, but which reality do you want to go on? Because it's your life. Like, you're the main character in your story, so you do what you want. Sometimes you feel guilty. I don't want to leave this person because, like, they'll be sad. Like, you know that there would be no athletes, there would be no musical artists, like, if they didn't believe in themselves, like, because that's the type of life they wanted to live. Everyone has different personality. Everybody wants their lives to be a different way. And I feel like some people, they're so, like, in a boring routine, I guess, that they think, like, this is the life that I'm gonna live, even though this is not what I want.
It's funny that you're saying this, because I literally had a conversation with one of my girlfriends, and she was talking about how her and her sisters were together, and one of her sisters was saying, like, she's like, yeah, I've told my boyfriend that he's not the hottest guy I've ever dated. One of the other sisters was there with her man, and her man was just like, have you lied to me? She's like, no, babe. No, because, like, to me at this point, I do feel like you are the most attractive guy that I've, like, and I'm like, okay, I understand, like, obviously there's always going to be someone hotter. There's always going to be whatever.
Yep.
But why are you telling your man that? Like, men already have insecure. Why would you tell your spouse
I would never out of nowhere tell my boyfriend he's not the hottest guy.
Even if my boyfriend asked me, I would not say that. I feel like that's just like...
I wouldn't say that you're not the hottest guy. And I'm very attracted to my boyfriend, so it just wouldn't be real for me to say, oh, you're not the hottest guy I ever dated. Or even, like, the best person that I had sex with that I've ever dated, because there's like, we're very emotionally connected, so it's just completely different. But for me to say that he's the best for me every time, no, but I just wouldn't want to be with anyone else. And I think this to myself, even when I spiral and I'm very upset with him, I still come back and tell myself, because sometimes I think to myself, well, why am I here? You know, when you get so upset and you're just like, well, why am I here? I don't have to deal with this. But then I'm like, first of all, I'm always going to have a problem with someone.
Yeah.
Like, no one's perfect.
Yeah.
No one's going to be like the ideal perfect person for me. Because even if he was for me, I might not be for him, kind of things.
And even
never gonna be
the
a
little
perfect
problems that
match.
you do have to deal with, or like, I'd rather deal with these problems
With
than anything
you,
else.
especially
than anyone
if you
else.
have like, we're talking about Teyana Taylor and Iman Shepherd being separated and how it sucks. And I saw a lot of comments being like, don't idolize anyone, and I agree. Like, they're just normal people at the end of the day. They have their imperfections, whatever. But my sister was saying, like, they seem like best friends and they say that they're best friends. Like, why would you not want to go through this life with your best friend?
Yeah, like,
that's just crazy.
I mean, obviously, like, there's always going to be other problems, and sometimes people are just no longer compatible, and that's okay. Like,
some people
also, like, some people fall out of love, and there's so many different reasons for relationships to end. So obviously, yeah, like, I do think that, you know, like, that happens. But at the same time, I'm just like, if everybody sucks,
exactly,
like, why would I put up with anyone else if I already know? Like, I would rather stick to the devil I know than the devil I don't. Like, I don't know.
But again, this is always a thought for yourself. You know yourself better. Like, what can you and cannot handle?
Yeah, that's true.
Because there's many of my friends, they do stuff and I'm just like, why would you even go through that? Like, why are you going through that? Why are you putting that? But it actually is a reflection of how you feel about yourself, your self-worth, what you value. Because I'm sorry, if you're with a piece of shit and you're trying to tell me that you think highly of yourself, you don't.
Oh, I'm 100% on with you on that one, because I'm a strong believer in believe people who, like, when they tell you who they are. When someone disrespects you one time, like, it's not about giving, like, and don't get me wrong, like, there are times that people will be like overwhelmed or overstimulated or angry and like act a little bit out of character, but there's a difference between being angry and being disrespectful, because you can be angry at a situation, be like, oh my God, this is so fucking stupid, like, I'm so upset, blah blah blah. Then there's times that, like, you're like, oh, you're a fucking idiot, and blah blah blah, because like, that's not appropriate.
And that's showing me your true colors. And I personally, if someone was saying that to me, I can't handle that. Some people can handle that in conflict. I cannot. Like, I feel like
I'll just walk away, because I'm like, I don't even want to engage. But like, there are people who will make excuses for people like that. Like, if somebody does something to them, they're like, oh well, they were just having a bad day, they're not usually like this. And believe people because in like, and behavior. Exactly, when people are at their like most stressed out or most like angry or whatever, like, whenever, like, the way that they react to those situations is who they are, because
it's a form of who they are.
Because realistically, life is never going to be honky-dory 100% all the time.
Exactly.
So it's like, if you can't even handle those little moments of stress in a manner that's appropriate, what are you going to do when shit gets like 10 times worse?
And I gotta say, oh my God, this reminds me of when I was seeing that Jamaican guy, and this is why I knew, even, it doesn't matter how hot, it didn't matter. I knew he was not the one. When we would have,
that was already one thing.
when we would have conflict, the way he would talk to me and like disrespect me, I was like, it was like an out of body experience. I thought it was comical. That's how I knew that I was in a terrible situation.
You know that fucking sound on TikTok? She's like, he ain't talking to me.
That's literally how it was. I'm like, wow, no, I'm wilding out. Like, I can't even imagine being in a relationship with this person. Like, this is strictly for fun. There's no way this is serious. Yeah. And also, it's because I've been with quality men too. Because if I had been with trash my whole life, I wouldn't know better. I truly wouldn't know.
I've said this before. I've dated guys that were like, they had like stupid issues, like being lazy and not wanting to work, or just being like drinkers. And I'm like, bruh, get it together. Like, little things like that. But like, I've never been with someone who would like disrespect me like that. Like, and the one time that like one of my exes did, I was like, we're done. Pack your shit and get the fuck out. Because you're not gonna talk to me like that and think that I'm just gonna. And that man spent a year apologizing, and I was like, I can't even look at you because I'm like, the fact that you would talk to me like that is crazy.
Like and it sucks because. Yeah, of course, it's a moment in life.
I don't give a damn.
Can change it, but you're not gonna change with me in your life. You can change with someone else.
Yeah, like, and I hope the best for that person because
the best for you.
It ain't gonna be me.
I also told her too that I told her there is also research that talks about the more people you're with, the more. It's almost like the more you compare and you do think to yourself, yeah, maybe I can do better because I've been with this guy, he had the big dick, but he was broke, or I was with this guy who had money, but he was short, and I was with this guy. And like, you're kind of just trying to get, this is what women do. They want that from this guy, that from this guy, that from this guy, and then it's like build a man, and then poof, it's like a Frankenstein.
They're Frankensteining, build a man, freaking. And
you probably would hate that guy.
Yeah, you probably would. You're like, oh my God, he's so perfect. God,
stand him.
Damn it, he paid the bills again on time.
Okay, because I've given unsolicited advice before that was absolutely not wanted.
I shut my mouth.
And then I've also been asked. So I have to always give a disclaimer, like, this is my advice, this is for me, my opinion, like, you don't have to listen to me, you do whatever you want. At the end of the day, we all do whatever the hell we want.
Thanks.
But what if you truly know that you're with someone that you're like, I know I can do better. Like, this person doesn't inspire me.
Then why are you with them?
But that's what, and I was like, is this a cry for help? Like, should I help her? Because the type of person she is the type of person that would, like, she's a grown-up, she can make her own decisions, and I feel like she makes a lot of good decisions. And you know, when someone, it almost reminds me of my ex-boyfriend, that like, I dated him because at the time it just so happened that he was the best for me at that specific time. Like, the stars aligned. But they didn't align for that long because he was not for me, and I knew in my heart that he was not the man for me. And I'm not saying that he's a horrible person, anything. He would just be great for someone else.
Yeah.
And the way she was saying it, it seemed like that, but he's so nice and he's a good person and whatever. And I'm like, that's scary because that's your life that you're playing with.
Settling,
and you're also
like,
playing with someone else's life because if you're constantly having this conversation in your head, I feel you won't be the best significant other because like there's something missing on your
because they probably think that they're like, oh, they're lucky that I even am with them. So like,
I don't see her being like that to him, but I've never seen them together. And also, I think you also need to think of what's your value, what's the type of guy, because you could want the best type of guy. Is that guy gonna want you too? Facts. You have to also self-evaluate yourself. Maybe you settle because you're just like, I don't really want to do too much. Like, I could be like a housewife and do all this and cook and clean and whatever, but I kind of don't want to do that. And he doesn't mind that I don't do that, so it's like it works for me, even though it's not my ideal situation.
I feel like a lot of people,
most people are in that relationship.
I think a lot of people are in that relationship. Like, they're just like, well, this is the best out of like what I like.
Like, I don't want to go out dating again. Yeah, like we have to move out. This economy is trash. I have to get to know someone's family again.
Let me tell you something about the rent market in Ottawa. Okay, the rent market
is it actually that bad though?
The rent market in Ottawa is not for a single person. You need to be booed up, wifed up in a house, splitting bills, because the way the fucking rent market is set up, like, you can't live alone.
There are for sure couples together right now because they know for damn sure they are not gonna have the lifestyle they have
100%
if they were not together.
I know tons of people who should not be together and are together for the rent.
Like, that's insane. Like, screw being together for the baby.
Yeah, no, fuck. It's not even about the baby. It's about the rent. I know people currently right now living in the same house, not together. Okay, they're not together. They got kids together, but they ain't moving out because the rent market is trash. Yep. And he might be a piece of shit, but he pays half the rent.
No, he's my roommate. It is what it is.
Literally, one of the girls was like, "That's my roommate." I was like, "I'm pretty sure that's your baby's father, but whatever." Like. Call him whatever you want to call him. I don't fucking know. Like, but whatever. Like, I know several
Yes,
women in
it's
these kinds of
wild.
relationships.
It's wild,
Like,
especially if you've been living at your place for a while. Like the second you move out and someone moves in, that rent went up.
oh my gosh,
significantly.
yeah. Like, so
So
many people whose rent is like rent control, they don't even want to move because they're like, fuck, like if I leave,
Yep.
like one of my friend's moms, she has a really cute condo. It's a 1-bedroom condo. I think she pays like $900 for her condo. And she's like,
you
I already know when I move, they're gonna put this up to $1,250 and blah blah blah. And I was like,
probably more than that.
well, it's on the Gatineau side. So she
Okay.
was like, they're probably gonna rent it up to $1,200-$1,300. She's like, I ain't going nowhere. I was like, I don't blame you.
Don't go anywhere. Like that's your investment right
Literally,
now.
like
Stay.
just stay where you are. Pay your low rent and never leave. Like unless you're buying something, and in this economy ain't none of us buying nothing.
Yeah.
Stay in your low rent, okay? It's fine. This is the one time I'll give a pass that I drive nice cars and have shitty homes.
So have you ever been in a relationship where, because I know I have, I've been in a relationship where I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't be with this person.
Yes. What? Do you forget certain conversations that we have had off the pod?
I just want the people.
Well, I can't get into that because your boyfriend almost had a heart. That's a story for another time because I think I almost he's like, oh my God, I didn't know it was that bad. Like, I've been in relationships with people that I was just like, also like, one of my exes, like all of our friends, we all had like the same friends. We had a couple friends. His family and I got along. He came around for our family stuff. Like, it was just hard to like break up. And then, but
because you completely break up everything.
Okay, hold on. I say that, but then it took the one disrespect and I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. Yeah. Like, it's like I already knew that, like, it's almost like I was looking for an excuse. Like, the second you gave me a reason, I was like, okay, I'm done. Because I was like, I'm not going to put up with this shit. Like, that's enough. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I could put up with a lot, but like disrespect, I'm not doing that. Like, now you're wilding out.
So would you say all of your relationships, they ended because you didn't want to be in them anymore?
Yes.
Okay.
I've
that's good.
Definitely been the one to end all of my relationships.
What?
Oh, no, that's not true. When I was like 19, first of all, okay, to be fair, I was like 18, 19. I really didn't even really like him like that. Like,
looking
at all.
back, or
no, I never. Time? Even at the time, I didn't like. I really didn't like him. And
you were just committed.
You know how I knew I didn't like him. Mm-hmm. At first, I was 19 and I had never really broken up with someone, so I kind of like just didn't know what to do kind of thing, and then I would just not hang out with him or whatever. But I knew the day I didn't like him because there was this guy that I used to listen. One time, my other sister and I, this is a crazy story, and maybe I'll tell it one day, but it's a very insane story. So like, the fans might not like that one too much. But anyways, one time we met these guys, and one of the guys, first of all, one of them was disgusting, and the other one looked like Trey Songz. Okay, he was so fucking hot. I was like, oh. And he had his hair kind of like twisted like yours. I was like, before she could even say anything, she's like, I'm taking that one. I don't give a fuck. Like, you're on your own, bro. Like, figure it out. But that guy,
when you're with your friends and you spot a good look, you literally need to call it.
Yeah, I called it right there. I was like, dibs. Cause no way. So anyways, we started chit-chatting with them, whatever. But like, and he was friends with my older cousin, so that was
you already know first of all, if you look like that, chances are.
We met him like down the road from grandma's, so like you already know life. But I didn't know they were friends when I met him. But anyways, yeah. So I already knew I didn't like him because that guy would message me to hang out and like, and I would go, and I didn't even smoke at the time. He'd be like, "You want to come with me and smoke?" And I'd be like, "Okay." While he smoked and I just chilled, like, cause I didn't smoke, so I was just like, and like I would hang out with him all the time. I would drive around while he did his fucking wops and shit, like. The problems I put myself into when I was young. There's something on your shirt. Like, especially back in the day.
Especially back in the day, you actually
didn't care. And like this guy would be like, "Oh, you want to hang out?" And I'm like, "Oh, sorry, I'm hanging out with my sister." Meanwhile, I'm like in the backseat of somebody's car while everyone like did suffocating in backwoods smoke and Henny fucking aroma. Like
backwoods and the Henny. That's like the best combo though.
Honestly,
just ratchet.
Like, the ratchet, like just out here doing ratchet shit. And I would tell this guy like, "Oh yeah, sorry, I can't hang out." He was like a church goer and like,
oh no,
he was kind of lame. He was lame. I heard that he was not doing well now though.
What do you mean?
Like that he had lost his mind and he was crazy and like on drugs and shit.
It'd be the churchgoers, eh? Okay, so
don't say that before mom has a heart attack. Take that shit back. We're just joking. We love Jesus. Don't be out here wilding out. Reel it the hell in.
I feel like it's the extreme ones.
Yeah, no, for sure. But no, like I've been like, that was the first time.
Yeah,
and
that's when you really
he broke
don't
up with
care.
me because he said that like it's clear you're not invested.
Okay, good.
And I was like, I'm 19 years old. He was like 26. I was like, bro, I'm 19. Like, what business do we even have to be together?
Why?
And the only reason I even started dating him was because Nenen had a party and introduced me, and she kept pushing us to be like, I didn't even want to go out with him. You know, I don't like light skins.
Own type.
If I'm gonna date a black man, I like my niggas the color of Malta, okay? Dark. Like Pepsi. Get this light skinned caramel away from me. The fuck is this? And I know I'm light skin. It's too much light skin in one. Like, it's too much.
It really would be. If you were light skin, I'd be like, honestly, go back to your white boys, because
like,
that's just enough.
Like, I'm good. I'm just gonna stick to the white boys. Like, I can't be. And like, the dark skinned niggas I like are not the kind of niggas I should be dating. Like, the rougher, the better. The longer the dreads, the more I'm like, what up? But take me out to dinner.
That would not. So
that's the kind
that
of
would not work at all.
That's the kind of black
in
man.
Big trouble with those ones.
Yeah, like the big chain, love a pendant, just chilling. You know, oof. Anyways,
we finally booked the hotel for. Actually, by the time this comes out, my cousin would have gotten married already. So congratulations.
So we could talk about how Teyana, we just booked the hotel yesterday.
We literally just booked the hotel. Thankfully, honestly, anything right now is cheaper than like when I was booking stuff from Miami and New York. So I was okay with it. I've been pulling a lot of money out of my savings. Like the last quarter of the year is looking empty, dry.
Remember at the beginning of the year? Remember at the beginning of the year, I had goals to save.
I think honestly, next episode we should go through like all of our goals because we really should. I was doing so well, and then
I was doing well up until June. That's where it all crumbled. It all came to an end.
It's always the summer. You need the cushion for the summer. My savings was literally for the summer.
It funded my summer.
And then now it's like gotta replenish in the winter time. So I don't want to hear it in the winter time. I'm not going outside. I'm staying at home. No. I already stopped Uber eating because that's been crazy.
I also haven't ordered out in a while.
Uber Eats, the way they send you notifications now, like
they're like drug pushers.
It's actually so
it's like
sick.
It's like drug pushers. It's like when like fucking dealers see their crackheads and they're like, yo,
they're down.
You don't need nothing? No, bro, I said no.
Like you're hungry, you didn't make anything, and then they just message you at like 7 p.m., 10 p.m.
They'll message you
at freaking 1 in the morning. Like they know on Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays that Fridays, Saturdays, Thursdays, they need to put the loaded notifications late as hell.
Yeah.
When you got munchies, when you're drunk. Yeah.
They know. That's how they fucking get you.
That is how they get you. And they always have the 40% off. Oh, wow, you got the 40% off again?
Order over $50.
Buy one, get one.
Buy one, pay over $50 and it's not $50 with the tax and the tip and everything. It's pre all that. Then you get your 40% off. But how much is 40% off? Nothing.
You're not saving any money because you spent money to begin with.
100%.
That's how the psychology behind these apps is insane. And they probably have a department to find out how addictive these apps can be.
How can we finesse them out of their dollars?
You know what's insane? Just seeing the progression of like our society. Because first they handed us the cell phones, and we were barely on it, but we used it for calls, maybe a little snakes game or whatever.
I love that.
Okay, cool. And then they started just slowly adding your life more conveniently on your phone to the point now where it's like you get your groceries, the Uber, the subscriptions, the music, every single thing you need
is on your phone.
You can do your work meetings on your phone, FaceTime, text, dating apps. It's so bad. You know what I'm watching recently? I've been watching this guy because I was obsessed with TV in like especially early 2010s. I was obsessed, and this guy is reviewing Vampire Diaries.
fucking dying.
And I'm watching him like breakdowns of every single episode. His name is Luke something, Alexander, I think. And I've been obsessed with, I'm not even like, that's how also another thing that I've noticed. It's like back in the day, you would live your life. Like, anything you wanted to do, you would go outside and do it. Nowadays, you will watch someone eat. You will watch someone go on a trip. You
like
will watch
kids
someone
watching
play games.
Yeah,
unboxing.
unboxing gifts.
Like, this is what I like to do. I like to watch people live their lives, or I like to watch people review shows that I've already watched. Like, I'm not even watching Vampire Diaries. I'm watching this guy watch Vampire Diaries and comment on it. That's what I like
it's
to watch.
like the guy Kendall that reviews
Exactly.
Love and Hip Hop. I love him. It's because his like commentary is fucking hilarious.
So it's an art. He does so well, and it brings me back to the nostalgia and just how embarrassed. I don't even think I could really watch the show because it's teenagers that are really 25-year-old and older.
Yeah, it's like when you watch like old episodes of Melrose Place and how everyone was 43 playing a 18-year-old. Like, what the fuck?
I just watched an episode of the OC.
Oh yeah.
I was obsessed. And
I recently started. Wow,
they were older.
I watched
they weren't that old though. Some of them were very old.
Marissa was annoying.
Some of them were like 19, 20. And that's why with the whole like that 70s shows, they were at the height of their career, like the top show, top celebrity. I'm not surprised that a sexual assault happened because like, they were at the height and like lots like in the early 2000s, like drugs were rampant. People were just out here. Things were not uncensored. The way people were partying back then,
more like never. The 80s.
Even then, shit was still not legal, but not legal. So you could literally do whatever the hell you want.
And there was like no regulation.
There was no regulation. It's like YouTube back in the day. I actually watched these YouTubers and they say how back in the day they would be monetized for the craziest thing. And that's when they were making so much money. They talk about how YouTube money now is nothing to what it used to be. Yeah. And they would throw ads on anything. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, they're not just letting you put ads on anything.
It's true.
Everything is so censored, and I personally think that eventually it's not going to be censored again. Like, we've gotten so censored to the point where it's just going to start to go back.
I do think that things are a little bit overly, like, censored, and people are a little bit overly sensitive.
It's gone too...
Because, like, some of the things, like the whole wanting to cancel Eminem and, like, fucking getting mad about fucking South Park episodes. Like, bro, chill. It's South Park.
That's just what life is, though. It's just real. I honestly feel that they just don't want us to express what real life is.
True.
Like there is domestic violence. Like Eminem was an abusive man, and his girl was abusive to him too. Yeah. And he was raised in an abusive relationship with his mom. I don't even remember his dad in 8 Mile.
Wasn't there.
He was in a rough neighborhood. Like he's a product of his environment, just like most of us are. Obviously, that's not an excuse, but I'm not surprised.
But like, why is it wrong for him to talk about his life? He's talking about his life experience, even if it's raw, like
expression of...
exactly. Like I thought, isn't the whole point of like being in a free country is being able to express yourself? Obviously, like not telling people to go and spread hate and shit, but like if you're just talking, like you should be allowed to talk. And to be honest, even people who spread fucking hate, like your freedom.
You should. I'm not saying that you should. I kind of agree.
Like,
if you're gonna be hella racist on the internet, like say it with your chest.
Yeah, stand on that shit.
As long as you can back it up. I would rather an open racist than
a closeted racist. Yeah, don't smile in my face and then call me a Negro behind my back. Like I'm just like I'm not trying to be like, you know, like obviously I'd rather if you didn't call me that at all, but like.
But also we come from a generation that it was like a rougher generation. So I just personally think we have tougher skin. Things just don't get to us as much. Obviously there could be days where I'm just having an off day and something could get under my skin that usually wouldn't. But like my upbringing was just rough. You know what I mean? So I know what it looks like.
I've never had a parent who sugarcoated shit.
No, like I know what it's like to be bullied, and I know what it's like to be a bully. Yeah. Like I've been a bully before, and I've been bullied, and like that's just life. Kids are mean.
Kids are mean.
Kids are the meanest. I was actually I went to get a checkup for my eyes. I got 20/20 vision. Still, thank God.
Oh, God, not this again.
The girl was talking about her kids and how some girl at her school, her kid was wearing all black, and one girl went up to her kid and said, "Oh, why are you wearing all black? Are you an emo alcoholic?" And I was like, first of all, where are these kids getting this vocabulary? And she's like, it took everything in me to not go to that school. And I'm like, yeah, being a parent is probably tough nowadays because you can't just go up to the kid and just whoop their ass. You just can't do stuff.
I literally, the kids around the neighborhood, sometimes I hear them talking and I'm like, oh my God. I literally told our neighbor, like one of our, shout out, she knows who she is.
Shout out.
So I literally told her the other day, I was like, I don't think you should let your daughter hang out with some of those kids. They're kind of bad. Like I heard them cussing, calling each other the like bitches and whatever. I was like, oh my God. Like, and her daughter is only like 6 and these girls are like 7, 8, 12.
I'm trying to think of what, because I have a very bad memory and my earliest memories are pretty late in life. But regardless, I was around my aunts, so from day one I've been hearing fucked up shit. From day one.
First of all,
I've always heard
Haitians?
vulgar language. I've always seen ratchet shit. It didn't.
It's true. We grew up in some.
We really, and then people think, parents or adults think, oh, they won't remember, but
I remember.
We still remember, and even if we don't remember, it's like subconsciously in us.
Yeah.
And we behave accordingly to how we were
Our aunt would
raised.
do nothing but cuss. Oh my God, that lady just cussing all the time.
And kids literally are the biggest sponges.
Yeah.
I would repeat everything my aunt would
bad.
say.
So bad. Stacey just out here, 2 years old, dropping the worst cuss words you've ever heard in your life. Like,
where did I get it from? Where do you think I got it from? In this house, obviously.
Yeah, our aunt was wilding out. Love
Even
her,
when I watched the documentaries of the serial killers, when they'd go to the background of their childhood, like, how did you not know that your son was gonna be a serial killer when he was out here killing rabbits and shit?
Yeah, like
come on.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Please.
There was a time where the kids around the neighborhood, when my brother was really young, the kids around the neighborhoods killed a mouse, and my brother came home and was like, I'm not hanging out with kids anymore. He was so upset. Like, I don't freaking blame him, you fucking savages. Like, he came home so quick. He's like, I'm not going out there anymore. Like, I'm good. Like, I don't blame. That's probably what started the gaming. Fuck, he was like,
yeah, no, honestly, that's probably what it is. Like, my brother loves to stay indoors.
Yeah, he is not an outside guy.
Yeah,
like, and
I
think that's
outdoors.
First of all, Edric liked to be inside because when he was inside, it was a nice environment.
Yeah.
Not for us.
Likes the controlled environments.
Not for us. We out here we lived in chaos for a very long time.
We lived in chaos for a very long time. And it's crazy when you are finally old enough to realize that you were living in chaos.
Yeah, because at the time we didn't really
an eye-opener.
I just thought my parents argued all the time. I'm like, God damn, y'all never shut the hell up.
And the worst part is you go to your friends and it's the same shit happening.
Yeah,
so
like,
you're just like, yeah, this is what happened.
Yeah, like the only difference between my friends' houses and ours was that in my friends' houses, it was usually their dad talking shit to their mom. Mm-hmm. And in our house, our stepdad would never.
No.
Like, he'll cuss about whatever, but he would never talk. Like, he would never say, like, bad words to my mom or whatever. Like, they'd be yelling at each other.
I was very close to becoming a little mom, okay?
Thank God.
I was so close because I was very aggressive when I was younger.
I mean, same.
And more violent.
I was a lot more aggressive and violent.
I feel like mom stopped being violent later on versus us.
That lady was violent up until I was 18 years old. And I'm pretty sure I remember one time, actually, when I was like 19, when I came back from, like, after I moved to Montreal, which my mom, bro.
There she is right here.
It's like she can hear us. It's like she's here. Like, oh my God.
I think it's because she had us, so she actually has a connection.
Like, bruh, like, I swear if I say her name four
I
times,
think she chipped us or something.
No, if I say her name 3 times in the mirror, she either calls or shows up because that's not normal. Like, yeah, that's terrifying. See, I forgot what I was going to say because...
I think we need to cut it.
Yeah, like, she...
Who is that?
Not mom.
I don't know.
Put your phone away.
Sorry. 57 notifications in my TikTok. We have a clip going a little viral, and I'm very appreciative to you guys and to my sister.
Yeah, of everyone hating on me.
Because the
Fine,
most
it's
viral moments
fine.
we have is my sister talking her shit,
Ugh.
okay?
He's talking shit.
Yeah, you be spitting that fire and people are, the girls are loving it and the
men
guys
are
cannot stand
Fine,
it.
it's fine. I'll go to bat. I don't care. Fuck y'all. Sick of this shit. I'm sick of men and their bull crap. That's right. I said it. I'm ready to go to war. Ba, 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 ba. I'm just kidding.
I could just see the comments under that right
Yo,
there.
I'm
Like,
kidding,
you know
bro.
what?
It's a joke. Oh my
You
God.
can't even joke.
You
these
can't even make
days.
jokes anymore.
Oh
Oh my
it's
God.
lame. So
Like,
lame. So soft.
honestly, these
I
niggas,
actually
you niggas
have-
is soft. You niggas is all soft. All y'all. That's right. I said it. Butthurt because I said men suck. Y'all do suck. Maybe suck less. The fuck? Like, Jesus Christ. Make that shit go viral. Fuck you.
Okay.
Just
And
kidding.
then if you're ever with a guy, they'd be like, do you honestly think no?
I would never say that.
There was one clip that people were going crazy about. It was talking about how I called it I dated my brother. But I didn't actually date my brother.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
just
yeah.
felt like a brother to me. And the comment section was crazy to the point where there was one comment saying, it's been proven that a lot of people are 1% related and that doesn't mean that they're actually related. Like, tell me you're dating your cousin without telling me
Yeah,
you're dating
my
your
guy,
cousin. Like,
like-
sir, thanks for the backup, but I don't need that. Thanks.
They're like, bro, I wasn't actually my brother, so please stop. Like, I don't need this defense. Like, I'm good. I'm good.
I do delete some comments because I just feel like I just hate when the first comment is a trash comment on TikTok. But I think I should just leave them all, to be honest, because I think you're fine. You'll be good.
I'm okay.
You're good.
Honestly, like, thank God I grew up with a mother who, like, gassed me because it would have been rough if I was out here with low self-esteem.
Yeah.
And also, like, I think it's funny because men are like, oh, who would date you anyways and blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something, okay? I don't have that problem, okay?
And
I do
also,
not have a
these are
problem.
the same guys that are like, oh, she's a hoe, she's a hoe. Go on friggin' Fresh and Fit podcast, only fangirl, she's a hoe. No one would date her. Her followings go up after the episode. Everyone's sliding in. That same guy sliding in her DMs. That same guy subscribing to her OnlyFans.
These men are wild.
So these men all talk, big talk.
Listen,
Online.
I just think it's funny because people say things are like, oh, this and this. I'm like, literally have never had a problem. Never in my life. Literally, and yeah, okay, whatever, fine. I'm whatever. Like I am
can be a lot.
I'm very opinionated. I don't give a damn. Like I stand on that shit. I say that shit 10 toes. Like I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never had a problem in my life.
And I think that's probably where the hatred comes.
I know people are
They're
so
just
bothered.
like, why is the privilege so strong?
I don't
We
know.
gotta check our privilege.
Men love me. Even the ones I hate, they be out here, you're like, oh, you're fat. And I'm like, and yet, a man bought me a car and paid my debts. I don't know what to tell you. You could never. You niggas could never, okay? You ain't got no bitch paying for nothing for you. Don't get mad at me because I'm living your dream. You're welcome. You can enjoy it through my eyes.
They can.
Have a nice night.
Yeah. You know what? I'm done. Thanks. Bye.
Watch us on freaking YouTube and subscribe to our channel and fucking follow us on Instagram and TikTok and what's it called? Apple Podcast and Spotify. Thank you.